The first ductile iron pipes were made in the old cast iron pipe plant. 150 dia pipe, I still remember, 5.5 meters long. And there was a pour over process from the cupola. There was no desulfurization, there was no any such arrangement.
It was not there.
No. It was just cast iron making cupolas. So after the whole day's job was over by 3:30, 4 o'clock, the decision was to cast some ductile iron pipes. And special ladles were made by Mr. Ali under his supervision. And pour over method was used. There was a lot of slag, all these things were thrown away. But pipes were produced. And the funniest part was we had to get one fitter who could go inside a 300 millimeter machines which were now producing 80, 100 and all that. A normal person can't get inside and do the fitting inside. So a very short man was found out, but that shorter than me also. But he was an expert fitter. So this fellow used to go inside and do all the fittings. And he used to call the trots, Hajer Bishi Avera. This kind. So anyway, the plant was put up. And right from the day number 1, the pipes were okay. Yes, initial problem of rejections was there and nobody can say no. It is something which is the first time being done in the country. Yes, and it was basically Mr. Raleigh and Mr. Sengupta who had decided about the metallurgical parameters mostly by reading books. We had also designed a large number of things by reading books. As an engineer, you know whatever is written in the books is not always true in the field. So that kind of adjustments had to be done and all that. It was an excellent team. And it was supported right from the top. The involvement of Shri GK, involvement of MD, there is no doubt that helped us. And a large amount of freedom was given to us. You see, my job was given to me that your job is to go there, get the machine manufactured and put it up and they should run. That's all, the parameters. In that, what I do, nobody ever asked. Neither the cost nor nothing. Only thing I had to give a understanding of time, when the machine will work. And on that, Shri GK used to be very, very strict. Even the bitumen line, finishing line, we knew nothing about it. Certain imported drawings were with us. कुछ काम का नहीं था. We had to, absolutely we had to think of ourselves and do it. What do you... Completely innovation. Completely, this is very true. And Indianized.
A lot of hydraulic system, etc.
Those were easier. The things is the nozzles. Because the nozzles were mostly imported. And the nozzles were such that the amount of bitumen either was too low or it was too high. And if it is too high, you are wasting money. And it was all imported bitumen. Today you get lots of things made in India. We even have our own paint factory. You know that. That is the last factory I put up in electricity. And I understand today it is running very well.
Yeah, it is running very well.
And I am told that foreigners, they prefer the paint manufactured here rather than the imported paints. Actually, it was thought that fitting plant will be a loss-making plant. And there was neither any sales effort.
Rather compelled to make fittings.
Absolutely, compelled to make fittings. Today I understand the fitting plant is making profits which is almost as much as the pipe plant.
Yeah. Very good profit.
Very good profit. First of all, it took some time for us to understand the lost from process. Even now, nobody uses lost from process for making fittings in India. Even now.
Yeah, India plant initially there was some problem.
That always will be there during fitting job.
We are gradually getting them over there.
And they are producing also. Now it is up to you gentlemen to go and have the market. I don't know how to do it.
But fittings, somehow over the years, there is impression, market impression that electro-steel supplies good quality fittings, and that is very important. People are aware people or good contractors like L&T, they are even prepared to pay more since the aesthetics and the other qualities of...
And the thickness, uniformity of thickness, far better done. Well, you don't use a core, no, that is the most... And also the cement lining, the kind of machine we used for spraying the cement, nobody uses. So that makes us, the cement lining also more or less equal thickness. When I was there, I used to shout even then, why should there be a 3 millimeter difference between this?
Our fittings are very much well accepted in the European market as well.
About TPM and TQM and all these things, that was one turning point in the way we work in electrosteel, even to logs, how to keep all the documents, how to have guidelines, and then a man can easily look up those and do whatever it is. So he need not come to the manager of the plant and say, sir, shall I put a half-inch bolt or quarter-inch bolt? So this kind of thing is not required. It is all there. So slowly a cultural change did come in the factory, not much in the office though. Later on, when TQM was I should say ensconced in our working, we thought of going in for TPM, total production. So I should say this TPM thing, really it took roots, and it really helped us in achieving quality. And later on, the maintenance, for example, the downtime used to be something like 12-13% at a point in time. Within 3 years, it came down to 3.5%.
And that is remarkable.
It's tremendous. In the SDP, where 100 dia pipes are being produced, when I was working in the company, with all kinds of efforts, with all sorts of things, we could achieve maximum 50-60 pipes per hour average. And that too, by 60 pipes per hour, I used to think, we have done a great thing. I understand today they are easily achieving much more than that. They are achieving 70-80 pipes per hour. How they are achieving, I don't know, but they are achieving. And that is not possible unless there is total involvement, total teamwork, and a productive management, where the workers themselves, basically it is like this, the workers themselves look after their machine. It is not that because I am an operator, I will not touch a hatola or a wrench or bolt. It is something that they also participate in the maintenance of it. And when the maintenance is going on in one aspect of the machine, probably they are cleaning up the other side of the machine and keeping it trim. So this kind of culture change was in the workman level. So this TPM was a game changer. There's no doubt TQM, TPM combined. It is a game changer in this thing, because without that, exporting pipes would have been impossible. This much I can tell you, because any product, the quality must be standard. I used to tell people, if you want to produce crooked pipes, then please see that every 100% pipes are crooked. No one single pipe will be straight. It should be like that. But you want to produce good pipes, so produce good pipes. Not one pipe should be bad. That is what TPM teaches us, because it gives you the way you should make it. The induction furnaces, which were salvaged from the old steel plant. The cupolas were put up. And 20-ton cupola was in CIP, which never used to work there because we never needed the metal. That was the shell and other things, blower, etc., were transferred here. The metal used to come. Then they used to be put in the 8-ton furnaces, superheated, and then there used to be treatment and desulfurization, things like that. And then we used to go and produce the ductile iron pipes. Second thing, another I should say as an engineer, our core shop and mold shop are two things which I don't think even today India has. Because we, first of all, the mold shop, Mr. Bahal very much had told us and helped me as a matter of fact, because I was solely responsible for mold shop. But machines that we purchased from abroad and things like that, mostly second-hand machines, that mostly Mr. Bahal, our director, he had located them. Maybe I had gone to inspect them and bring them here. Then whatever repair work had to be done was done here, installed here. And so the mold boring and things like that, repair of mold while the life is still there, those things we could do here, very few people can do. Today the Chinese technology has come. I understand Jindal's honing machine. It was designed by Electrosteel, of course, by a gentleman in Delhi. manufactured in his company and is still working like a new boring machine. It is a really good boring machine.
And in fact, in the company, you were looked at as a master of machines, you know.
Not master, but in Bengali they say na, Bansbo ne Shyal Raja, to Shyal Raja.
No, but